Well, hello, everybody. It is we're going to claim for it to be a terrific Tuesday, right? I know that this weather is up and down. I have looked in the forecast. I didn't see anything about rain today. It just rained. What is going on? I mean, we have had enough rain for a while. We need some sunny days now, okay? And I don't particularly love the sun as it gives me a headache at times, but we're okay with rain sometimes, but it don't have to rain every day. And right when everybody's getting off work and trying to get home safely, every time my son gets ready to get in the car, it seems like it's pouring down. I'm like, come on, right? Enough is enough. But neither here nor there. I'm praying that a lot of people are safe. I know that we've had some trying days. We've had a lot of deaths, you guys. I don't like to speak on that, and I don't wish that on nobody, but I have been experiencing a lot of deaths lately, and oh my God, enough is enough with that as well. Um, And, these last 2 weeks for me and my husband personally have been trying. Being an entrepreneur, let me just put this little plug in for a lot of us that don't know. Being an entrepreneur is ghetto at times. It's good for the most part, and then it's ghetto at times. The things that you have to go through as a business owner. Okay, you'll have times when your business is skyrocketing. And then you'll have times when your business starts to plummet a little bit. So let's speak on plummeting a little bit. Well, with me and my husband, you know, um, has always been great, 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 great. But for the last 2 or 3 weeks, we have been going through this thing with the business, right? And dealing with people, say less, right? Dealing with people, what they say they're going to do, and then they don't do. Because, you have a lot of people that want, they look at things and they want things, but they don't particularly know how much things like that cost. Okay. So, a lot of times people call you just to see if you by chance want to do something for free. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gathering that they're thinking that, or they just think that things don't cost as much. I don't know. But we've been going through that phase of entrepreneurship in this season. And just to let you guys know, I see why a lot of our friends, they're entrepreneurs and they have their jobs on the side as well, because you have to have multiple stream of income when things like this happen in your business. We stepped out on faith 4 years ago with this business from corporate, and things had been going well, and have been and still are at times, you know what I'm saying? But dealing with people, banks, insurance, and things like that, it becomes a headache at times. So when y'all see us on the scene and we back in our fields, that's because we have to have multiple stream of income, because you can't depend on what people say they're going to do. When insurance feel like they want to pay out, or what have you, or if people are just calling you just to be calling you, to come way out to Timbuktu to see whatever, right? So I would say multiple streams of income people that that don't know about entrepreneurship definitely have multiple streams of income. When things happen, then the other stream of income will kick in, right? So but God is good. We are, we're still in the fight. thankfully. And um, that was just my little tip for a lot of y'all. And if y'all know of some good at home jobs, I have dealt with a couple of at home jobs that were just like, okay, y'all tried it. So if y'all know of any good at home jobs, run it to your girl, send it to me in the inbox because I'm open for that. Because me leaving my home at this point is a setup for failure, but I'm open. I'm open, but it's a setup for failure. But I'm open. Okay. So I want to talk to you guys. I pray that you guys have been having an amazing week so far. And I pray for our entrepreneurs. Let me just pray for the entrepreneurs because God knows we understand, at times get hard with your businesses and things like that. And so we're just praying abundance. We're praying prosperity. We're praying that, you know, you're covered in seasons like these. You know what I'm saying? Because there will come a season. It will come a season where your business is tried and you got to be ready. You have to be ready. So, you have sometimes you're put in this position, you have to go through these things so you'll know if it ever happens again, you have all these things set into place. Okay? Um my topic of today, one of my good friends was telling me about, we talk, and me and my girlfriends, we talk about this all the time. And you don't realize how people go through these things in these seasons. Everybody have their seasons. You know, uh, People have seasons that some people are having new babies and first babies and realizing, oh my God, what am I supposed to do with this? And this baby is tearing me up and blah, 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 blah. And then you go through the teenage phase or you go through the little bad stage in life and all this kind of stuff. But today we're going to be talking about, and I have notes all over the place. Today we're going to be talking about um, being married, being parents, all in parents, and then all of a sudden you are an empty nester. Let's talk about how that looks for you and how do we navigate in this season of our lives. Being married, being parents, all in parents, and all of a sudden you look up and you are empty nesters. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about being an empty nester. First, let's talk about the steps. Let's talk about the steps. You go through pre-K. You already know since that little thing came here, you all in because, oh my God, I'm changing pampers. I gotta take baby to daycare. I gotta come home. I gotta make sure this baby has this. I gotta make, you're all over the place and you're overwhelmed, right? And then all of a sudden they can go to daycare. Then all of a sudden they're in pre-K. Then all of a sudden we have elementary season. Then all of a sudden we got kids in middle school. I'm looking up and I'm looking at a lot of people and their kids are teenagers now that just had babies. Teenagers. I'm even blown watching you guys on Facebook and just watching people that are around me, right? Okay, so we're talking about the middle school stage, and then let's not even talk about the extracurricular activity. We got football, we got swimming, we got soccer, we got track, we have AAU basketball, we have cheerleaders, we have gymnasts, we have all kind of things going on, right? And then all of a sudden, here comes high school. And now it's time to buckle down. And now it's time to be all in on making sure your child has the academics from eighth, because ninth grade starts the academics on if you can achieve getting a scholarship or what have you at that point, right? So, you got to make sure high school with the academics got to be on point. And then, oh my God, the kids have to be on time for everything, and you have to be here, you have to be there, and you have multiple kids, and the parents are being pulled here and pulled there, and we're living for our kids, and we barely get to see each other as a married couple because we're running, we're going, we get home, we might eat together if we have time, and then we wake up the next day and we do it all again. Okay, so then we're setting up for the next phase of life, which is college. So then the kids might go off to college, and they're in and out of your homes for just holidays, but you're talking to them every day. Hopefully, some of us are. We're talking to them every day. You know why we're talking to them every day? Because they need money. You're At this point, you're a walking ATM because they need money all throughout college. They are just broke kids, and we know how that is because if any of us went to college, we know that we were broke half of the time we were in college. So we try to be those parents that just, we just give and give and give and make sure they have what they need while they're in school. And like I said, they're in and out your house during the holidays. But then while they're in and out your house during the holidays, you notice that they come back different because they're living on the college campus. They get to do what they want to do. They don't forgot your rules in your house to keep it clean because they live in like filth in college. We don't like that stage. I don't like that stage. I'm in that stage with my youngest right now. When he comes home, listen, I hate to be the Aggie parent. I hate to be the Aggie parent. Like I'm just Aggie. I'm just always, anytime I say something, I'm like being negative, and I don't like that. But you know my rules for my home, and how I like to keep a clean house. So then when you come here from school and you're here for a long period of time, and I have to keep telling you as a young adult to clean my house, pick up after yourself, wipe up after yourself. If you drop something on the floor, don't leave it on the floor. Pick it up, put it in the trash can. Oh, and don't let us have to tell you to keep taking all the time to take the trash out. You see the trash getting high, so then you become the Aggie parents. So then that makes them want to be, who I'm ready to get back to my life at school because I'm tired of hearing my parents always talk about I'm not clean, I'm not this and that. But all you have to do, see, I was a person, I don't really like people to tell me what to do. I don't like people to tell me what to do, right? I don't like people to have to tell me stuff a lot of times because I don't like that feeling, okay? So I try my best to do what I'm supposed to do so that you won't have to keep coming to me with that and pissing me off by telling me I'm wrong. Okay, so all that causes to do is to do the right thing. All you have to do is do what I asked you to do. Pick up after yourself. You have it made. You're a college student. You eat. It's supposed to be eat clean. Whatever. Get it done. But that's in a perfect world. College kids are the worst. Teenagers are the worst, and that's just the bottom line. So again, they come in your house. They are different. This is where they start to become different in college. Coming home for the holidays, you see a different child. Okay, just to let you guys know, this is the stuff that you're going to have to navigate through, and I'm trying to get it all to you within 30 something seconds. Okay, they come home different. And after college, they graduate. You're so proud as parents. Comes career. Hopefully, comes career. Or we have, some of us have kids that come home and just they're home forever and they're not doing anything. Uh, if you allow that, that's on you. No judgment here, but that's not what we're raising in our home. We raise leaders. So when you raise leaders, they come out of college, they get their careers, then they're off on, some of them go off on their own, or some still live in your house, but you don't see them because here comes the girlfriends. And that girlfriend stage, honey, when you listen, that girlfriend stage is something else. That girlfriend stage, they don't even know you no more, okay? They're all about their girlfriends, and that's just the bottom line, okay? We don't all been there and done that, but when let me just speak from a boy for a boy. I don't know what girls do. I cannot tell you what girls do, but let me tell you what boys do. Boys get those girlfriends, and parents, you don't see them no more. They are just, they in love where they can't see, and only thing that counts and the only thing that matters is that girlfriend, okay? So then the communication starts to plummet. They don't even call anymore. They don't, because they got their career. They don't really need you anymore because they got their career. So the communication for some of us, some of us as parents, we don't kept that nipple in their mouth, and they just love on their moms, and they always pulling, and they pulling on their moms or pulling on their dads or whatever. But when you raise leaders, they kind of, when they get their careers, they're so into their careers and their life, and the communication gets low. And then here we go, as Aggie parents. Hello, where are you? Are you alive? All you have to do is call your mom and your dad once a week or twice a week and say, hey, I'm here, I'm doing this, check in, how y'all doing as parents? Can you, what we realized is we can't hardly get that. How are you guys doing as mom and dad? Okay, so here comes the empty nesting stage. Okay, this is when you realize the kids are gone, and you have been grooming them for so long that you've almost lost sight of being a married couple. Okay? After graduation, they get in their careers, and or what I say about the girlfriend stage, they are gone, and you're just left with your husband. You're left with your wife. And you don't necessarily know what to do anymore. So let me just give you a couple of things on that. When you're raising children, you're raising them together. Hopefully, sometimes we have, majority of the time is single parents raising a child, but some are so fortunate to have a mom and a dad. Okay, and as the mom and the dad, we have to keep sight of each other and still love on each other and still make it a point to pay each other attention. Because if we put our all and our all into our children, and we're supposed to, but we're supposed to do it together. But at the same time, we have to still water each other as husband and wife. And so sometimes that in turns, when the children leave, we don't even know each other. I don't even, like, I'm stuck with you. I don't even like you like that, sir and ma'am. So then here comes the problems in our marriage, because we're used to navigating with the children. We're not used to navigating just with each other. This is why I have always been preaching date nights, um, getting off by yourself, and learning each other again and loving on each other, because there's going to come a time when the children are gone, and then it's just you and him. And then you're sitting there like, what are we supposed to do? Like, I don't even know my husband like that. I don't even really want to be around him. I don't even really want to be around him like that. Like, I'm used to doing everything as a family, not just with him, not just with her. And then that's why a lot of times we see after the children are gone, parents end up in divorce because we haven't watered our relationship during the time of raising children. We don't even know each other as husband and wife because the kids have always been in between us. We we don't know each other, and we don't know what to do with each other. If you haven't learned how to go and date each other throughout your whole marriage because everything has been with your children, you're in a world of trouble. You're in a world of trouble. I have been preaching date nights, celebrate each other, love on each other, water each other, talk with each other all of the time, not just sometimes, because we can give all of our energy to our children that are right in between us. We're the bookends. We're the bookends. And the children are always right in between us. And all of their needs are always met, but we haven't met each other needs in the process. We haven't met each other's needs. And sad to say, when they walk out that door and you're there along with your husband and you're in that house feeling sick, feeling lonely, how are you lonely? You have your husband there, you have your wife there. How is it that you're feeling lonely? No, excuse me, we do miss the kids. I do remember um, when Fred went to school. That was my first son going to college, and he went all the way to Howard University. And it was the weirdest thing because I'm used to, we were used to, as a family, as a team, going places. And we're minus one now. And then Alex goes off to school, and Fred is in his career at this time because they're all four. My kids are, it's Fred, 4 years to Alex. And then Alex goes off to school. Fred is now in his career. So he's off doing his thing. And Alex is in college while Fred is off in New York um, in his career. Alex is in college. Um, 4 years down to Jalen. So now we just have Jalen. And Alex might come in and out during the holidays. And then Jalen goes off to school. And then we don't have the track team anymore. And what are we supposed to do? Okay. What you noticed that Fred and Alexia started doing? We started traveling. We developed a friend group where everybody was pretty much empty nesters and everybody traveled. And I think a lot of that saved our marriage, saved our lives because we got out here and we enjoyed us for once, because all these years of our lives, we for over 20 something years, we have been uh, raising children and going and going and going and going. I have three boys, so I can imagine what it looks like with people that have 5 kids, 6 kids, 7 kids, 8 kids. And then what in the world? So we got excited. We was like, oh my God, I think Jalen wasn't even in college yet. Jalen was still in high school and we started traveling and he's like, it's like y'all don't just gave up on us. No, we're practicing. So when you get ready to leave us, we're in this routine of it's us time. So we started practicing before Jalen even went to college. I think it was his senior year. We bust out of there and he just felt like we just totally forgot about him. We didn't forget about him, but it was just we started practicing. We had to practice this thing. So when he leaves, oh, we already in motion on what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a trip. We about to go here. We're about to go there. We're about to do this. We're about to do that. And I'm talking about things that we haven't been able to do before. And you know where we learned a lot of these things on how to be creative? The pandemic made us creative as well. The pandemic made a lot of us creative. You know how we're at home. Um, that's another situation where you had to learn your family and your husband again. And that pandemic, you were stuck in the house. You go out that house, you take a chance of risking bringing something into your family and tearing it apart. So you had to stay home and you had to figure out what can we do creative to stimulate our minds, to stay busy, to thrive during this time, because at that time we didn't know how long the pandemic was going to last. And be honest with you, it's 4 years later and people are still catching that thing, but it's just not as deadly, thank God, because a lot of us lost people back then. And let's not even get into that. But just go to show you, I have to, I'm begging of you guys to, a lot of you are coming up on being empty nesters. A lot of you have your firstborns going to college. And what you're going to realize is, okay, they're going to college. They are just going to be home for the holidays. And they're going to call you. Okay, I've explained it to you. They're going to call you while they're in college because there's no money supply there. So they're going to call you and they're going to love on you while they're in college because they need money. But when they come home, you're going to realize this is a different child. Look, what happened to my child that knew my rules? What happened to my child that knew to do this? Now this child wants to come here, ready to go out and party, ready to go out and do this and that, and we're not spending any time with each other. And then that leaves you and dad sitting around looking like, what do we do with ourselves? I'm depressed. I don't know what to do with myself. So I would suggest to a lot of you guys, take heed in this because empty nesting is real. Um, I remember bugging out, thinking that my child was coming down the hallway. He was at school, thinking, God, I hear him coming down the hallway. And he was at school. That's an empty nester moment where you're like, I'm looking for that child to come down this hallway and to talk to me and bother me during the day. And that is no more right now. But daddy is here looking for your attention the whole time. Well, I'm here. Well, I know. You don't want to be like that. You don't want to be like that. You want to, oh my God, it's supposed to be a celebration of you and getting your time back as mom and dad on this side of life now. And it can look good if you are creative, if you are genuinely in love with your mate. This is when you realize if you're genuinely in love with your mate. Because if you haven't been doing any of that stuff and watering your relationship before your children shipped out, you're going to find yourself in situations that can be hard. And we don't want that. We don't want that. We want you guys to celebrate, because I remember us like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna go? Where are we gonna go? We have all this time to ourselves because we have just been going and going and going for so many years. And now we have this time to ourselves. Are you kidding me? What are we gonna do? And we have been, if you have been watching our live on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or wherever, you know that Fred and Alexia have been on a, how can I say? I mean, we've been on a voyage of just enjoying ourselves, enjoying our life as empty nesters, because we have given not only to our children, but to other people's children. And I'm talking about over 100 children that we have given to in track and field all those years, and our own children. And when we got the time to break out and learn how to travel outside of children, that thing started looking real good. It's a different life, because traveling with children, there was a budget, and you couldn't do this and you couldn't do that, and people would send their children with you and they didn't have money. So you might be able to afford to take your kids to Disney, but you can't afford to take their kids to Disney. So what we have to do, we have to opt out of Disney, and we have to do the free things, and we have to make things fun and be creative for children. And so that again bring us back to why we enjoyed ourselves so as empty nesters now, because our only focus is us and making sure our children are good. Granted, we are still all working on the communication with all of our boys because they have lives now. But all we ask as parents is check on your parents from time to time. Let us know you're okay. I'm a worry ward. I'm a I've always been an all-in mom. I like to know that my children are safe and that they are in the right place at the right time and not at the wrong place at the wrong time. So I like a call I don't want to say every once in a while. I like a call all the time. Tell me what's going on. Tell me where you are. You good? You doing this? What is that? What I need to know. So I'm going to always be that Aggie parent, but at the same time I do know how to water my husband and my life here at the house as well, because I have a lot of time on my hand, and we have to enjoy each other, because outside of the children, it's us. Outside of them, not saying there's no disrespect to our children and the love for our children, but the foundation has always been us. The children, yes, they were in between, but now that they're in between anymore, we're back together as one. And we have to learn how to navigate that way now. So I hope that this has helped you guys um, for your coming up future. Water your relationship now. Don't just keep the kids in between you always, because they're going to grow up and they're going to be gone. And you haven't done anything to make sure you and your husband have drawn closer. You haven't done anything. So do the work now. Do the work now, because a lot of y'all are running out of time and you don't even know your husband or your wife. You don't even know what they like for real, and what it's going to look like when them children get out of your house, because they're leaving. They're leaving. They're leaving 100%. They are leaving, and you got to be ready and ready to focus on you and your husband. All right. I hope this has helped all of my empty nesters because I am one. My husband is one. My friends are empty nesters, and we're all navigating through it. And good thing about it is we're doing well. We're all doing well. We all hold each other accountable as couples, as parents, and we're all doing well. Thank God. But I want the same for you all. So I'm praying for my empty nesters. I'm praying for my husbands and wives after the kids have left. I'm praying for you, seriously, because it's a thing and it's real. And we gotta know how to navigate through this thing because it gets lonely at times because you just wish you had your children back sometimes as little kids. I have my little reminder here, you guys. I have my little reminder here, you guys, of when they graduated from high school and they're going to college and they're in college and everything and their milestones. I have so many things around this room as reminders of where my children are now and where they've been in life, and I put it up because I miss them so and I love them so, but I love my husband so much as well, and I'm grateful for where we are in our relationship and in our lives. And I pray the same for you guys, okay? So I'm over my time. I pray that you guys have the most amazing rest of your week. I pray that it is blessed immensely. And make sure you guys call somebody today or this week and let them know you're thinking about them because you never know what somebody's going through. Like I told you, we have had the most god awful 2 weeks. But thankfully, I have friends, I have family that know how to call and check on us when we are down in our thoughts and when we're dealing. Okay? Call somebody, check on them, love on them. All right? Have an amazing rest of your time. Don't forget to send these messages out to your friends. Make sure you have friends that are married or not married or trying to get married. Send them on over to Marriage Our Way on YouTube so they can like and subscribe and hit the bell for me. All right. I want to make sure that I'm reaching the masses with all these messages and helping people in their lives. All right. Love you guys. I love you, love you, love you. And you can't do nothing about it.